This is RSBANDB Update, episode 374, recorded Friday, August 17th, 2012. Avatar, the Citadel edition. Hello everybody, welcome to another episode of RSBANDB Update. We're going to tell you a bit about what's been going on in RuneScape this week, and talk about a bit of other stuff. Joining Trekkie and myself this week is Uncle Dano.
Hello everyone.
I'm sure everyone remembers Uncle Dano from his past appearances, filling in for me when I was gone last month, and also joining us for the Living Rock Caverns RSBANDB Update focus.
Yeah, and I just wanted to point out, first of all, I want to really thank all of the listeners who have submitted in some of their text questions or even PMing me either at the site or in-game how much they wanted to hear me again on the show. So that's really nice, guys. Thanks so much.
Yeah, we like Uncle Dano. He's a good fellow and has so much to offer on the wisdoms of RuneScape and the world in general.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Shane.
With great age comes great wisdom.
Pretty much.
And a few gray hairs.
Only a few.
Silence. Okay.
Just a few.
So first up is your weekly brief of what's been going on in RuneScape this week. First up, clan avatars. Clan Citadel benefits now extend down to the surface. Are you in a clan? Have you used the benefits of an avatar? If not, does this make you want to join a clan? With a selection of benefits for almost everyone, are clan avatars the secret weapon Jagex claims they are?
Double cash this week on the Squeal of Fortune. Cash prizes are doubled this week, including the 200 million grand prize. Also, you may now convert any item you do not want to cash. Those are doubled as well. Solomon's General Store also received 6 new titles: the Junior, Mr. and Mrs., Master and Miss, and Esquire and Miss, or Doctor.
And you can win a lifetime membership, like RuneScape on Facebook, enter your email address and display name, and hope for some luck.
Behind the scenes video 14 is here. The distraction and diversion for Hunter, that'll be out next week. Brings new access to a private hunting area, no level requirements, invite your friends. And with all these benefits, could there be a downside due to bots?
And last but not least, Combat Beta, major content updated and weekend events. The Combat Beta has been updated, allowing access to more areas, including all quests, Dominion Tower, and Barbarian Assaults, as well as a new and improved ability book interface, including a new ability, Momentum. And also, don't forget to check out the Stealing Creations for this weekend's events.
So there's your weekly brief of what's been going on in RuneScape for this week. On to some discussion particularly pertaining to the clan avatars. Now, I'm going to be referring largely on both of you guys here because the RSBANDB clan is not active, and we do not have a active Citadel. So, I believe you guys are both in clans, yes?
Yeah. Well, I am, but I only skimmed through this stuff. Okay. I haven't really done anything yet. Mr. Dana? Did he die?
Yeah, I'm a co-owner of a clan too, but we also just didn't have enough activity, enough members visiting the clan every week to keep it up. So we still have a clan. We have quite a few members. It's just that we don't have any more than usually about 5 or 6 online at any one time. But I did read through all of this material dealing with the clan avatars, and I read on the forums, and I've got a little bit of feedback and some information to give the listeners on what people are thinking about this.
Okay, so first, the features that it highlights are basically being able to get a buff on the surface from up in your clan. So let's go through a couple of the buffs that are available, starting off with Heal Over Time, which heals clan members in range of the avatar for a small amount of life points.
what's the other thing? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. There's also familiar faces, doubles the familiar's timer when summoning one. Now that is useful.
The summoning, yes.
I mean, if you have a familiar that's 90 minutes and you double it, you now have a familiar that will run for 3 hours.
Yay. Can you imagine how much stuff I can do? How much stuff my magpie can gather?
Yeah, but I was thinking more along the lines of a familiar that you use for, say, running nature runes, for example, or mining down in the living rock caverns.
Mm-hmm. Including some of the combat ones like the unicorn and bunny.
Yeah, those two. I mean, those would be the ones that people would be most after. So, but also there's Auto Ort. This avatar will add dropped or skilled anagogic orts straight into your inventory. There's also skill plot bonus, 10% bonus resources from skilling in the Citadel. Skilling bonus, 3% more XP for skilling on the same world as the avatar, and 6% more XP for skilling in range of the avatar. So we got 10% in the Citadel, 6% in range, and 3% on the same world. I think that's a fair breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's pretty good too. I mean, to me, that's very attractive in having any type of skilling bonus. But we'll get into the discussion about how you set these things up and what are the right combinations of these buffs. That is going to be a little tricky.
And then there's also random resurrection, which resurrects a player. Can only be done to each player once a day and for a limited amount of times in total every day, depending on Citadel tier. So I'm guessing this means if you die, you just get resurrected on the spot. Am I reading that right?
Maybe.
I think that's what it means.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll have to get more information from my clan before.
That seems a little overpowered.
Well, I think it's more for God War Dungeon or clan events.
Yeah.
I think that's the whole thing is people go in clans and someone's eventually dies from one reason or another.
And then a Protector, this avatar will take some of the damage dealt to a clan member in range of the avatar. These are all fair, and I think it's not overly powerful, and it's a nice benefit for being in a clan. But let's talk about requirements now.
Okay.
So as we mentioned last week, the basic will require 3,000 timber and a tier 1 Citadel, which is fairly easy to get. Both of you, I'm guessing, 3,000 timber?
Yeah, especially
that's pretty easy, yep.
Especially if you have the kingdom, you get that. Well, sorry, not the kingdom. Especially in higher tiers, you get that really, really quick.
Okay. Medium is 30,000 timber, 30,000 precious bars, and a tier 5 Citadel.
And for the grand one, you need 30,000 timber, 30,000 precious bars, 30,000 rations at a tier 7 Citadel.
Does anyone even have tier 7 Citadels yet?
Mine does.
Okay.
Yeah, although I haven't touched on the clan avatar the whole week because I've been really busy.
Okay. I'm just wondering, with this being in the game and everything, is this another attempt to get people more interested in clans, or is it something that the clan community has wanted for a while? Because I know the clan community was neglected for a long time, and in 2010 they actually started, or last year, they actually started getting all the attention they have wanted for so long.
Well, remember, for almost the clan Citadel, when it first came out, the only thing you could get was those rings, which they were nice as a little experience boost. Not many people really cared for it. They're useful. They're a little bit useful, and I get free 7K experience from the clan cave for helping out every week. I think this is just a way to really reward those who are in the clan to, hey, here's something for actually, throwing all this stuff into the fire and everything else for past year or so.
Yeah, because 30,000 timber seems like a lot. How long would that take to get?
Let's see. Well, let's see. So actually, it's not that as much as you may think. When you get to tier 7, you can get 2,700 resources max, And if you do like 2K each person, you need 5 person for 1,000. So about 3 weeks, you should have enough for it. That's assuming that only roughly 10 people, 30 people go in every week.
Okay.
What's the number of unique clan members that have to visit the Citadel each week for a tier 7?
Tracky.
Let me see. Let me double check on this. Well, all I know is that at least 50, you'll be in the green for a tier 7. So roughly around 45, I believe, it's how many people you need minimum just to keep everything stable without it dying off.
Okay, that's quite a bit. So this is definitely for the veteran clans out there. Mm-hmm. Also, with this, the clan benefits using them on the surface. Do you think people wanted this since the beginning, or do they care for this?
Well, I think it's really. I think it will be useful when people have the clan events, because usually people go out and fight bosses. That's always useful. My little pet peeve that I have is actually getting the orcs.
Okay.
And so you can basically get it doing almost anything. The problem I have with it though was that when I was crafting, doing some crafting earlier, it actually dropped to the ground, and I didn't notice it because I'm not paying attention to what's going on at the ground, and I only got very little of what I think I should have. You only allow 200 orcs a day, I believe. And I think they said that it's from any skilling that you do, but usually people have inventories that's full, so it ends up on the ground and you can't do anything with it.
Well, that's what one of these avatars is going to help for, the auto ort.
Hmm.
Put them straight into
Yeah, I
your
was
inventory.
fishing and I was only getting a drop of 4 orts at a time, maybe 8 in Living Rock Caverns. And it dropped at my feet. And so it wasn't coming that often, but I heard that, if you're doing combat and killing monsters, you get them much more quickly.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah,
but that was one of the major complaints. One of the major complaints on the forums was that these things were dropping on the ground. For those that were fishing in the LRC, especially in the LRC worlds where there's 100 people on top of you, they couldn't even find the orts to pick them up. Because the list was just too long. So they would rather have these things go automatically in your inventory.
Right.
Or just go straight into the bank.
Yeah, that'd be a better option. The option when you're in the Living Rock Caverns and you have so many like that, it just seems like bad design. Because how many years have Jagex had these areas where people congregate in huge numbers like that? Should know that this is gonna be happening.
They probably can't. They're probably too lazy to fix it anyway.
Well,
they're all worried about Squeal of Fortune and Solomon right now.
Well, you also have to remember that when you change a drop system like that, you'd need to change the drop system for everything, not just one item. So, I bet that's why it's like that. But
yeah, I'll try to get more information on the clan avatar, hopefully for next week's show.
Well, I don't think there's much else that needs to be said, because it isn't just the point of it to have these little buffs whenever the clan avatar is activated.
Mm-hmm. So basically, heal over time is very combat oriented. Familiar faces is very clan oriented. If you're using bunyips or your turtle or the yak, stay there, stay at some place for a long time. See 10 more resources from skilling at the Citadel. Usually, I only see that bonus for the summoning one, because summoning one there is a very, very small cap on it. Skilling bonus, I don't think many clans are going to go out in groups to go skilling. Random Resurrection and Protector are also, kind of combat oriented.
Yeah, but good nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
So before we move on to the next thing, you guys think this would make anyone want to join a clan who's not currently in one?
I think. Well, you go first, Dana.
Yeah, I think it will. But the thing is that this is going to be, a detractor for new people.
Yes.
But for those clans that actually already have a system of hierarchy of their admins and all of their ranks kind of working together to get their caps and keep the Citadel going and upgrades and etc. This is another headache for them too as well, because they don't want just leechers coming in and just bringing along their 300 orts, and then when somebody summons one of these avatars, then they're just taking advantage of the XP bonuses they're getting from the avatar, but not actually contributing to the rest of the Citadel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's a management thing, and I don't think they've thought well enough through on allowing clans actually to manage this appropriately, because number one, they've asked that an avatar warden is somebody who's an admin or higher. Well, there's a lot of complaints about that because these admin or higher ranks within a clan actually are the ones that are kind of just the head administrators, just kind of taking care of membership and maybe taking care of the caps and things like that. But they are not the ones who really are the ones who are going to take out an avatar for the full clan. And you have to realize that once you summon this avatar, it has a 24-hour timer. After 24 hours, it kind of disappears and goes back to the Citadel again, and then you can resummon it again. But if that person, that warden, actually logs out, that's done. Nobody can take advantage of the avatar. So that person has to be there all the time. That's another disadvantage and another glitch. Or somebody was saying that it'd be best if it could be something like dropping something on the ground where this avatar is going to stay for the next 24 hours, and the rest of the clan could then take advantage of that one location, and everybody could benefit. And then the admin could actually just place it for the week, for the day, right? I find there's a lot of really these little tweaks that could really make it very usable, because I'm seeing from the forum feedback is that it's going to be a real nightmare, because everyone's going to be kind of arguing on what's the next avatar going to be and where's it going to be placed. What buffs are we going to have active? Because you only have one at a time. So for these large clans, there's going to be a lot of people trying to figure out what should we do next. And if they're a very unified group, that's great. And if they pay attention and they respect the hierarchy, just the admins are the ones that are going to make those decisions and everyone else follows, that's cool. But for the smaller clans who are kind of not well organized, it's going to be a big fight for them to try and figure out what to do next with the avatar.
Yeah. You know, maybe a better way of doing this would have been to use the resources here and then have people order certain types of avatars, and people in little groups, provided they have just a efficient rank, maybe like a mid-range rank or something, can just use one whenever they want with a little group or something like that. Maybe that would have been a better way than having to have someone on.
Okay.
And I think it was something okay, so you can have one avatar active at any one time. You can have up to 3 different buffs on it, but only one buff is active. And I think that's for the basic Citadel. Now, I think that as you go up, the medium avatar habitat and the grand avatar habitat, I think that allows you to have 2 different avatars for the medium and then 3 different avatars for the grand. So you can have a total of 9 different combinations, I guess, of buffs, depending on which avatar you bring out. The thing is that once you set these buffs in place on the avatar, in order to change them, to change the configuration, you actually have to destroy the habitat and rebuild it, which is another complaint, because then you have to gather all those resources in order to make a new avatar. So they have to, it's a real headache. So I think Jagex has got to really think about this and saying, okay, we are trying to give a benefit to clans, and they are giving an in-game advantage to organized groups of clans. Some people don't like that. Some people in smaller clans really can't upkeep their Citadel, and therefore we don't get the advantage, and we can't even have an avatar. But they're giving them an in-game advantage, but make it easy for them to use it. They're making it very, very difficult to administer these avatars and make it easy for them to actually take advantage of the bonuses.
And this is typical of Jagex over all the years. They have these great ideas, but the implementation is not always there. The implementation sometimes is rough in the user interface standpoint, or in this case, just the mechanic standpoint of how you actually get to the thing. I mean,
and it's because they are in their office and they're working alone and they're not really in the game, in the community enough.
Exactly. Exactly. And this is another argument for a beta server. Have a beta server running where the updates coming out the week before get pushed to the beta server first. That's the simplest way of solving this issue.
Yep.
Anyways, I think that's enough about clan avatars. If you have any questions, you can ask them for next week, because Trek, you should have more information by then.
Hopefully. According to my clan Citadel, we barely scratched the surface because we just started upgrading everything else first. It's not a priority for us. It's on the list. It's just that we're 30,000 timber and precious ores. That takes a while. So I probably won't be done for like another month or so.
All right, moving on then. Squeal of Fortune double cash, which is good, but how does it affect the economy? What do you guys think? Is it an issue, or am I just being paranoid?
You're always paranoid.
It all depends on how frequently they're giving out these extra rare payouts. I've seen the 400 million come up in front of my face, and I've been one square away, and I was going, oh boy, I wish I could have that. But I would be set for a very, very long time.
Yes.
But, giving away that amount of money, even just to have that as an opportunity, even if it's extremely rare, is, I think, excessive.
Yes.
They're making it too easy for us.
Yeah, and the 400 mil and double prizes like that are only here for this week, but still, the convert to coin option is going to be there. Someone buys a pack of 100 spins, converts everything to GP. I'm sure they could make about 500K doing that, probably, if not more.
Yes.
So
there you go, real money buying RuneScape Gold.
But that's okay, because we've talked about this before. The squeal itself is a perfectly fine thing to have in the game. It's just a matter of how much of this is coming in, when in the past they clearly stated that this is not going to have an adverse effect on the economy. Well, now they're inserting cash into game, and I think that is starting to have an effect, or it will start to have an effect.
Yeah, I don't know if you listened to the episode where I was on last. The one main issue I have is that I don't believe that we should be paying extra money out of our wallets and ending up with advantages in the game. Whether it be XP lamps, whether it be gold, whether it be a valuable item that is non-tradable, but it's something that's hard to get, but gives me an advantage in the game. I don't believe that paying extra money to do that and gaining that is really the way to go. I just don't believe in that.
Okay. Not even, what about the 3 spins that people get per day for free during Sizzling Summer?
That's okay. I would rather not see the XP lamps. I would rather just see cosmetic items and things like that really don't give you an advantage, because as I tried to explain the last time I was answering this type of question, is that when I get my 99 cape, I want to know that every single XP point that I've earned to get that cape has actually been playing the game and working fairly and honestly for it. Not how many dollars I've taken out of my wallet and dumped into RuneScape. To me, that's very, very important, because it's an achievement, not a purchase.
Okay. Anyways, I just want a clear statement from Jagex as to whether or not Squeal of Fortune affects the economy. Because when this thing first came out, they said it didn't, but now, clearly the opposite. I, Uncle Dano, disagree with you on the fact that I think that Squeal of Fortune is good that we have this in the game now, but I think we both agree on the fact that inserting this much money into the economy is a bad thing.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, but how many of us actually been able to get the 400 mil?
Well, I'm not too concerned about the 400 mil. I'm just more concerned about the constant stream that'll be coming in. Say if people
the accumulation
spend
effect,
$100, how many of those are spending it each day, and how much extra money is in the game and whatnot.
And not to be a hypocrite, I do enjoy the medium XP lamps for the fishing skill of the month.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, I mean, it's part of the thing, and if somebody wanted to, they could put $100 down. I don't know how much XP that would give you on the Squeal of Fortune. I should check with someone as to how many lamps you get.
With my luck, I'll probably get, $100 worth of spins. How many spins is that? 75?
200, I think.
Okay, so I'll probably get around 400K of it. That's usually my luck.
It would be nice if the free spins every day could have your normal component of the full range of the items and the XP lamps and the money. But if you buy spins, maybe it's just a separate set of one awards, which are just cosmetic.
Yeah, and that's what I said all along whenever they were to, because I've known for a while that these microtransaction type things were going to come. It just seemed natural. But that's what I said since the beginning. Said, make that economy separate from the in-game economy and put up a wall so that they're not affecting each other. That way then I'm happy with getting these special items that can be used that aren't affecting that. And Uncle Dano is also happy because he keeps his XP as earned XP. So maybe that should have been how it was done. But, I mean, this thing just goes round and round. We come back to this almost every week, and I think this is just the way it's going to be from the future. And my personal feeling after talking to some of the JMods, or at least hearing from them, is that it's the community side who is wanting to sell more membership that's actually behind this, the community team, rather than the actual game developers themselves. So the game developers are focused on content, whereas everything that everybody's upset about, the vocal minority, as we call it, they're the ones who are being upset by the community team. In any case, I'd like to hear some numbers on the economy of Squeal of Fortune. That would make me happy.
Yep. And what about the new titles that are being offered as part of this too?
Oh, from Solomons?
Yeah.
I want Doctor.
Yeah, I was going to say I want Doctor as well, or Mister.
Nah, actually, what did I want? I want my Lord. Me Lord. That's
Don't
what
you
I
already
want.
have that?
Yeah, I'd love that one too.
Isn't that one can't you get that one from the loyalty, Lord?
Yeah, but it's Lord, not me Lord.
Oh, okay, I see.
There's a difference.
What about you could be the J1, J2, J3.
I'm already an original. I don't need the.
Yeah, I'm already the real Uncle Dano. What do I want the Uncle Dano for? That just doesn't sound right.
Yeah, and not to mention you'd also have to spend some points on that rather than using
I could get my son the name Junior, and he could be Uncle Dano Junior. He could change his name to it.
You sure he would like that?
He's giving me a mean face right now.
That would work. That would work nice.
But one of the things too is that tropical Islander outfit. Isn't that attractive? You're never going to see me in game wearing that, I tell you.
Yeah, same.
What if you were stuck on Karamja and there was no way out, and then there was a volcano explosion that caused the little secret passage to collapse, and you're stuck there with no armor?
I still wouldn't wear it.
Oh, I must have missed part number 2. Is I got the first one, but I must have missed the second one. But I'll be getting my grass skirt for sure.
Yeah, I'm not from Hawaii.
We could have a gathering in a POH of grass skirts.
Yeah, you'll find me behind the bush.
Okay. All right. So, purchasing things aside, we do have some good news this week. That is that botting clans, several botting clans have been banned.
All right, cool.
And all of these accounts, they say, have been banned by our new data analysis tool and are 100% guilty of breaking the rules. So they've been banned permanently with no chance of appeal.
Uh-huh. Well, I'll just read it off for people who hasn't seen it. Just give me 2 seconds to load the page up. There we go. Okay, today we have banned a large number of accounts involved in the self-titled botting clans. All these accounts have been identified by our new data analyze tool and are 100% guilty of breaking our rules. These accounts have been permanently banned with no chance of appeal, as mentioned on the forums yesterday. Expect more bans and punishments in the very near future. The use of bots will not be tolerated and will result in a permanent action against any accounts found to have cheated in this way.
Okay, now I was wondering when this was when I found this, why wasn't this posted on the front page?
Oh, they never post this kind of stuff on the front page.
I know, but they should be posting it on the front page. This is front page news compared to some of the other things they have on there, like the community roundups, you know?
It's definitely news. I mean, this is something that I don't think any legitimate RuneScape player would not enjoy reading.
Yeah, and I mean, I was surprised when I found this because no mention of it, and how many... certainly the majority of players don't check the RuneScape general forum every day, you know? Mm. So, nonetheless,
and I love the fact that.
Oh wait, what's this?
Yeah, I love the fact that they're actually saying that they, promoting their new data analysis tool. And everybody has always said, these bots are so easy to spot when we report them because they're doing the same actions over and over and over again, or they're getting stuck by a doorway or something like that, that it must be very, very easy for them to actually go through the data and identify them. So I'm glad that they're actually sifting through the data. Yeah. Now, it might be more than just actions they're looking at. Maybe it is something like, here we have an account and the only thing it's doing is getting 99 woodcutting. It has nothing else. You obviously know it's a bot.
Yeah. And
kind of thing.
Last week, or was it last week? I don't know which week it was, but we had a question from Lord Rickles, I believe, on why doesn't Jagex build a heuristics-based bot smasher thing? Well, yes. They are building something like that, because the day just after, I wasn't able to go to this fan site conference call that they do, but in the conference call, the transcript that I read, their next program they're coming out with actually does use that kind of heuristic-based bot smashing. So that is indeed coming.
Okay. And Shane, I just found this just now.
Yeah,
it was just posted today.
And yeah, okay, so this is another thing that should be front page news, but it's not for some reason. Go ahead, tell us about it.
So high-profile accounts have been banned today. This was posted about a couple hours ago. Today we have banned several high-profile accounts for the dicing scene. We can happily confirm that the ringleaders found to be involved in selling RuneScape Gold has been banned. Their actions have directly funded a sizable portion of all real-world trading activity within the game, led to increased macro use, and resulted in high surges in spam advertisement. Such actions are against our rules, and accounts have been wiped and permanently nuked. That's a nice way to put it. Nuked.
Yeah.
This should serve as a clear warning to anyone else engaged in similar activity. Expect more bans of any continuing offenders. We are finally tuning our new anti-cheat and anti-hijack. Hijack, there we go. It's like, that doesn't sound right. Anti-hijack tools over the past few months are now steadily bringing these systems online in selected areas. Some of you may have noticed that we are start cleaning up the high scores over the last week, and this will assist us in being able to reintroduce relevant gold farmer free to play high scores again.
Woo! Hear that?
So I'll just probably said that wrong, so I'll just link it to you.
So that essentially means that the reason they got rid of the high scores for free to play was they were polluted by gold farmers, but now they're going to reintroduce relevant gold farmer free to play high scores again. That's a mouthful to say, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a tongue twister.
Yeah.
Even just keeping the high score pure for members as well, because every time they wipe out these botting clans or ban a huge number of accounts, just check your high score rank and you'll see that you've gone up. Yep. And there were players above you that were long-term players, max players, et cetera, that are now gone. And their scores have been wiped from the high scores. Keeping the high scores pure is very, very important.
Yeah. So, nonetheless, this is a great thing to have, and I wish they'd post these things front page. I really wish they would, but
Maybe they're keeping it inside so the botting clans won't know right away.
maybe. But still, it'd be nice to inform everyone else.
Anything else? Let's see. What's this one? Oh, and
The combat
this was a
beta
couple of days
updates.
ago.
Or is that what? Or what do you see now?
Oh, it's another little article that was posted on Tuesday. We just successfully identify and ban 101 high-profile accounts, all of whom have achieved over 150 million XP in thieving and hunter, mostly use of bots. So that was just a little thing that I just found out.
Yes, so for everybody who says that JX is not working on this issue, they are indeed working on this, evidence by these 3 postings and the fact that a new bot system is on the way.
Yeah, so
Yay!
I'll link this to you really quick.
Yep. All right.
Oops.
So one more thing before we move on to questions. The combat beta updates. More content. Everything is included now. Quests.
Oops.
Quest, Dominion Tower, Barbarian Assault. Does that influence any of us to go check out the combat beta once more?
Well,
No, not yet.
I touched into it, but didn't do anything there yet. I want to team up with Xblade and a couple others. Basically, I want to really try and figure out what skill sets work and what does not, and basically how to start using combos. I think that will be more fun in the long run to actually figure out, oh yeah, I can do this, this, and this, and this, and really do lots of damage with lots of AoE attacks. The other thing that I like is the new mini Slayer update called Momentum. It's an ultimate skill, and basically what happens is you can literally AFK train Slayer instead of clicking, tons of buttons.
So what does it do?
It increased the damage output of you by supposedly a lot. Basically, it's for those who are, truly lazy and don't want to press every single button to use their skills. You can just AFK, and basically you cannot. It stays active for 10 minutes, but you cannot activate any other ability. Otherwise, it goes into cooldown.
Oh, okay.
So within that, I think what happens is once it's gone, it's on a cooldown for a couple minutes, and then you rebuild your adrenaline back up to use it again.
Right, that would make sense. That way then you only need to do the combos to build up your adrenaline seldomly. So that's good.
So you build up speed and just put it on cruise control for a while.
Yeah.
Essentially.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. What was it? It was just here.
Also, the new ability interface. There's a screenshot in the notes at update.rsbnb.com if anyone's interested in seeing what this looks like without logging in. Personally, I like the vertical tab interface there more. Yeah, I did.
I kind of like this one a little bit better because it's easier for me to associate a skill with a picture instead of clicking through each one. I would still like to be able to move it out into the center and just okay, click here and really make it a lot bigger so I can see every single thing at once. But
yes, that would be good. But I liked it when there's text actually.
There's still text. It's just you have to hover over it.
Yeah, and that takes time.
Yeah, I'm still getting used to the emotes as well. I mean, when they took the text away from the emotes, do you remember a long time ago? I was so confused trying to find the emote.
Yeah, I still have that issue too. So
I have
don't
it
feel
today,
too bad.
Too.
Veteran players wanting the UI back how it used to be. But there's a reason they do this. It's because it's easier to make changes to a tooltip for localization of the game rather than actually changing the UI itself.
Yeah.
So it's all for localization. And, I can't help but feel that this interface looks maybe a bit more, I don't want to say childish, but it doesn't look as...
Child-friendly?
Yes, it looks more child-friendly. There you go.
I think that's the whole point. Remember, most little boys cannot read long words that are more than seven letters.
Yeah, probably.
But I kind of like how they did it. I just wish I could instead of having it in the right hand corner, I can just move it to the center and be like, okay, let's really look through it.
You mean like a traditional MMO does, like the Star Trek Online skill selection thing?
And what World of Warcraft, Guild Wars, almost everything else. But it's getting there, so we'll see what happens in the future.
Yep. Alrighty. Thanks for listening to this portion of RSBNB Update. You can find the full episode and more at update.rsbnb.com. Also remember to stop by our community and join our forums at rsbnb.com/forums. We look forward to seeing you there.